welcome back to my channel. So multiple times on my Instagram page, I've put up in my stories the little text box that have you guys answer, and I asked you what kind of videos you want to see from me. I want to make sure I'm filming YouTube videos that you guys are interested in and you actually want to see from me. So if you are not following me on Instagram, go ahead and do so. It's the same username as my YouTube channel. It's just at emilysmakeupbag. That way you can be involved in any of the future questions I ask and all of that. But on multiple occasions by different people, you guys have suggested that you want to see all of my favorite brushes. So that is what I am here to do today. Talk to you all about my favorite eye brushes, my favorite face brushes, and none of these really may come as a surprise to you because they are ones that you have seen in pretty much every single solitary get ready with me that I have done on my channel so far. Before we get started, don't forget I upload every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday for you guys. And if you like this video while you're watching it, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. It helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. And if you are interested in hearing all about my favorite eye and face brushes, then let's go ahead and get started. Now, I want to start off with a disclaimer, and you've heard me say this before. I'm not a big advocate on spending a ton of money on brushes. I'm sure that the very expensive brushes out there are very high quality and they're very, very nice. And when I say that I don't think you need to spend a ton of money on brushes, I'm not saying I don't think that you don't need good brushes, because I do think that the brushes and the tools that you use really can affect how your makeup turns out, how well it is blended, all of the above. But I just don't really think that you need to drop a ton of cash to get good quality brushes, is what I mean. I think that there are a lot of really nice brands out there that have nice brushes for an affordable price. And that's just usually what I tend to go for in the brushes that I tend to use. So the first set of brushes I want to talk about is the Jaclyn Hill x Morphe, the Eye Master collection. So this comes with 9 brushes. I have 11 here, so I know I must have bought 2 like extra, but I don't remember which ones were from the set and which ones were extra, but the set retails for $39. I understand if you do not want to support Jaclyn Hill and if you do not want to support Morphe. I bought this set about 2 years ago. Actually, it was just a little bit over 2 years ago, because I remember I put up a picture on my Instagram page and I said trick or treat yourself, and it was around Halloween and I had bought this set, and I love this eye set. I really genuinely do. It does retail for $39, but I'm pretty sure I bought it on sale and that's why I decided to try it out. But these brushes right here are literally ones that I use every single solitary time I do my eye looks. I'm sure I could use different brushes, like I could find other brushes with these shapes, if that makes sense, but since these are the ones I have, they're the ones that I just always reach for. This one right here is the JH30, and it's just a really huge fluffy blending brush, and I use this every single time I do my eye look to set my MAC paint pot with some sort of powder. That's the brush I use for that every time I do my eyes. This is the JH37, and this is the one that I use to buff out that inner corner part that always gets patchy on me. I don't know what I would do without this brush. Like, I would just have some real patchy, non-blended eyeshadows because when it gets patchy on the inner corner, like eyeshadows always do on me, this is the brush that I go in and blend that out and alleviate that with, and I use this every time I do my eyes. This little tiny baby brush is the JH42, and I use this for my inner corner and brow bone highlight. You guys have seen me use this a million times. The JH43 is just a really nice definer brush. I know that you can find definer brushes other places and other brands, so I'm not saying you need to have this definer brush, but I do enjoy it. And then we just have some really good blending brushes here that I just use all of the time. So I just really, really love this set. Again, I understand if you don't want to support Jaclyn or support Morphe. I get it. I really, really do. But if that doesn't bother you and you're in the need for some new eye brushes, I really genuinely like this set a lot, and I use it all of the time. And then not the Jaclyn Hill set, but honestly, Morphe is just a really great brush company. That is kind of, I think, what they like started out as before they branched out and started doing makeup, and then all the collaborations they've done the past couple years. I think they started off as Morphe brushes and then just like morphed into just Morphe. And yeah, they just make some really great affordable brushes. I did buy another set. I don't know which of these were in the set, but it was like by like Cassie MUA or something like that. I don't know who that is, but girl, I bought your brush set and I really love it. But yeah, there's just a whole bunch of different blenders in here, small and large, and they just really, really do the job. I'm not going to go through each and every one of these brushes just because that would take forever, but just Morphe brushes in general, I really, really think are great quality. I've had all of these for a very long time. They wash well, they don't shed, they are nice and sturdy. It's not like this feels chintzy and it's going to come off or anything like that. They're soft, and yeah, I just really genuinely like them. This brush is one from Moda that I actually got in a set from BoxyCharm, but it is the one that I always use every single time to do my lower lash line. Again, it's in a set, and I don't even know, it doesn't even have like any sort of brush number for me to tell you what it is, unfortunately, but any like shape like this will do for the lower lash line. That is what I use, and I love this brush. You guys see me use it all the time. The last eye brush I want to talk about is a Scott Barnes 62 brush. So this is a little bit more pricey. This one brush is $24, which usually I don't spend that much on one brush, but this was just really, really hyped up on my Instagram page, and Tati talks about Scott Barnes well, she used to. She never uploads anymore, but she used to talk about Scott Barnes all the time. And so many people on my Instagram page tried the brushes and loved them. So I decided to pick it up. I love the shape of this. It is just comes to the perfect point at the top. That is just absolutely perfect for your crease, which I'm pretty sure that's what he made this brush for. I think $24 is a lot for one brush, but I highly recommend this, and I definitely think it's worth it. There's like one or two more brushes from him I'm eyeing that are like 24 or 26, but I've had this one for about a year now. Again, super incredibly soft, washes well, hasn't shed. I don't think it's shed at all, and it is just a really, really great quality of a brush, and I do think it's worth the $24 that it will cost you. Next up, I want to move from my eye brushes to my face brushes. So that's what I'm going to start talking about now. And the first two I want to talk about are my ColourPop stipple brushes. This one is the F14 and this one is the F9. I love these brushes so much for bronzer. You have seen me use these all of the time. I go in with the smaller one first and kind of just carve out exactly where I want the bronzer and make it a little bit more precise. And then I use the big fluffy one to just blend it out and really diffuse it and just make it look very airbrushed and flawless on my face. I love these brushes. Now, when I went to look up how much they cost, of course, ColourPop in all of its lovely glory decided to discontinue these. They do not sell them anymore. This one wasn't even on there at all. This one was on there, but it was sold out. So I love ColourPop. I love that they are affordable. I love that they are great quality. However, it drives me nuts that they just discontinue things all of the time. I get it. I get they don't want to keep things in stock because they just release so much. But like brushes, why? Well, I should have known when I bought these on sale. I'm pretty sure I got both of these on sale. I should have known that they were going out of stock. But I still want to talk about them because you see me use them in pretty much every single solitary get ready with me. And any stipple brush really will do. I know e.l.f. has stipple brushes. I've gotten one from Japanese before at my local TJ Maxx. I'm sure Morphe sells a stipple brush. I'm sure Real Technique sells a stipple brush. So you can find stipple brushes. Just these are the two that I use every time I do my makeup. Sticking with stipple brushes, I have my e.l.f. Airbrush Stipple Brush. Yes, that is what this is called, and I have two of them. I use these for cream bronzer and cream blush, and I love these so much. They are $10 each, and like I said, I have two of them. You can buy them from e.l.f.'s website and Ulta's website, I believe. It was out of stock for a while there because so many people love this brush and it's such a good brush, but I think it's back in stock now. And again, it's $10, so that's super, super affordable. Like I said, I love using these for cream bronzer and cream blush. They are just so great. I usually put it on the back of my hand, use this, stipple it, and then just pounce it on my face. Sometimes I go like this and rub it, but usually I just kind of like stipple it on like it says it is a stipple brush. And yeah, I love this. It diffuses the color so nicely. It never makes it look patchy. It just blends in so effortlessly with this brush. I can literally go like this, tap, 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 and bam, it's like blended in. I highly recommend this brush. I mean, clearly, I love it. I have two of them. I debated putting this brush in here because I just have had it for so incredibly long and I would have no idea where to link it for you guys at all. So I don't think I'm going to be able to, but I'll just talk about it really, really quickly. And it is this brush from Sonia Kashuk. The only reason I know that, because it is like rubbed off and old, is I remember my mom got me this in a set forever ago. Like honestly, probably close to a decade ago. I've had this brush forever, but just this shape is really, really nice. I use this for my nose contour, and that is the only thing that I use this brush for, but I love it. So if you can find a brush this like shape, either a face brush or even an eyeshadow brush, that would be really good. And that is what I use for my nose contour. I feel like I'm going all over my face and not really going in any particular order, but next I want to talk about the Luxie 660 Precision Foundation Brush. I use this for powder. I use this to just powder under my eyes, and I love this brush so much. I think Luxie has really, really great brushes in general. They're another brand that I would recommend to you guys. They are on the more pricey side though when I went to go find this to figure out how much it costs on its own, because I got this in a set from BoxyCharm a very, very, very long time ago. So I had no idea what I paid for it, especially since it came in a BoxyCharm box. Anyways, what I was saying is that when I went to go look this up, I saw sets on there for like $100. And that's really expensive. This one retails for $23 on its own. And if I was just shopping and looking at brushes and saw this, I would not pay $23 for just this brush on its own. However, owning it and getting it from BoxyCharm and knowing how much I use this brush every single time I do my makeup, if I ever lost this, I would 1,000,000% go on Luxie's website and purchase this for $23. This is such a good brush. It is a really great shape to just get right up under the eyes and just powder your eyes and set your concealer. It is really, really soft. Again, I've had this brush forever. I've washed it a ton of times. It is held up. It doesn't shed. It's so soft. I know I said that, but it's just so soft, and I love this brush. And then to set my face with powder, I really love using the e.l.f. Flawless Face Brush. This is $6. I really like e.l.f. brushes in general. Oh, sorry, it's kind of dirty. I tried to clean them before I talked about them, but I guess I missed some of it. But yeah, this is a really good brush, especially for $6. I like e.l.f. brushes in general. I have quite a few of their face brushes that I'm not really mentioning in this video because they're not really like my holy grails that I use every time I do my makeup. I really wanted to stick to brushes I use almost every time, if not every time I do my makeup. But I have a pointed powder brush from them I used to love for blush. I have a couple other just face brushes that I really love, but this one I use all of the time. Again, that's why I wanted to mention it, and it's $6. I really need to try e.l.f.'s eye brushes. I've heard really good things about that as well, but again, this is so incredibly soft. I love the shape of it because it's a little bit tapered, so I can just stick it down in my powder and pounce it on my face and set my face with it. Again, super soft. Washes well, great quality, especially for $6. I just am such a huge fan of e.l.f. Cosmetics, it's not even funny. This is a really great brush to check out. Then for my blush brush, I have been using recently, pretty much since the summertime, this Flower. This is just their blush brush. It retails for $14. And I love this brush so much. It is the perfect blush brush. It just is such a good shape. I can just get it down in my blush, and it just applies it so airy and not super pigmented, and it just diffuses the blush so nice on your face. And I cannot speak highly enough about this brush. Like, you need it. You need it. I'm sorry, you do. Like, I don't like to say that. Okay, you don't need it. I don't like to say that you need things because no one needs makeup or makeup tools, but if you are on the hunt for like a really good brush that's just gonna like coat your cheeks but in the softest, most gentle way and just puts on blush so nicely, like I love this brush so much. And like I said, I got this back in the summer and I've been using it nonstop since then. But before I bought this brush, my blush brush for years, like 2-3 years, was the Morphe E4. And I really loved this as well. This retails for $16, and I actually had one, and then I went up north in Ohio for my best friend's wedding back in 2018, and I don't know what happened. I did my own makeup for her wedding, and I lost my blush brush. I lost this brush, and I had no idea where it was. I think I was without it for 3 weeks trying to find it, and then I was like, okay, I need this brush in my life, and I rebought it. So I've actually had 2 in the past, but it is just such a good blush brush. Like, it's a nice angle. I love that you can just like pat your blush right on. This doesn't distribute the blush as like airy and airbrushed as this one. That's why I've been reaching for this nonstop, and I kind of stopped using this one. But for a very, very long time, this was my favorite blush brush. And if you like this sort of shape better, either the density of it or just the angle or anything like that, this is a really good one to check out as well. And I saved the best deal for last. Okay, my highlighting brush, guess how much it costs? Just take a guess. $1. $1. I did not give you guys a long time to guess, but that's how much this brush costs. $1 hair. And it is so stinking magical. This brush is amazing. It is the AOA Studio F19 brush, and you can get it from Shop Miss A, and it's $1. I bought this last summer, I believe, and I will say, when I first got it, this fell off. Like, it just fell off. I think I used it like 2 times and it fell off, and I was like, okay, what the heck? I mean, I guess it was $1, like, you get what you pay for, right? Wrong. I put Gorilla Glue down in here and just stuck it on there and let it dry for a day, and it has been 100% since then. This brush is so soft. It is perfect for highlight. It's the perfect shape. It's the perfect density. It just gets right on the top of your cheeks, right on the tip of your nose, and it just applies your highlight so beautifully, and it's $1. Like, I can't recommend this brush enough. Like, you need both of these. If I could recommend, oh gosh, no, I'm not even getting to that. I was about to say, if I could recommend one brush to you guys, and then I was gonna pick it, but I just love all of these so much, I really don't even know if I could do that. Not gonna lie. Like, they're all just amazing. But yeah, this one is $1, and it's amazing. And yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. And that was it, you guys. That was all of my favorite face and eye brushes for you. I will try to link down below any of the ones that I can find that are still available and all of that in case you want to check any of these out for yourself. I highly recommend that you do. I mean, these are all my favorites. You see me use them all the time. Like, I love all of these brushes so incredibly much. They are such good quality. They make my makeup turn out so nice, so beautifully every time I use them. I hope that you enjoyed this video and you found maybe something you're interested in trying. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. You're awesome and I love you. Please subscribe if you have not yet, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye, guys.